If you are a licensed Filipino teacher na nangangarap magturo sa United Arab Emirates, lalo na dito sa Abu Dhabi, at paulit-ulit mong tinatanong sa sarili mo na, kaya ko ba? Sapat ba ang offer? Magkano ba talaga ang cost of living sa Abu Dhabi? Then this video is especially for you. Having taught and lived in the UAE for many years, I know exactly how confusing this part can be. Laging pinag-uusapan yung tax-free salary, yung magandang building, yung lifestyle, pero hindi nila laging sinasabi kung gaano kabilis mawala ang pera. Kapag hindi ka maingat, lalo na kung single ka o may pamilya kang sinusuportahan sa Pilipinas. Today, wala nang vague estimates. Wala nang depende kasi yan. Na walang breakdown. Ipapakita ko sa inyo ang real cost of monthly living dito sa Abu Dhabi for a Filipino teacher lifestyle. Category by category. Para may solid baseline kayo bago kayo pumirma ng kontrata. Hi everyone. Welcome back to Mr. Brian's Vlogs. Mga ka-B friends, it's Mr. Brian. Another day, another story. Pero, let's have another honest conversation. Para sa mga bago dito, ako si Mr. Brian Azaraga, Filipino English teacher based here in Abu Dhabi. After many years in the UAE, from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, I'm sharing the real journey of an OFW teacher. From teaching, traveling, food, and everyday life. Hindi yung highlight reel lang. Alam nyo, nung una kong pinaplano ang buhay dito, one of the biggest sources of my anxiety was money. Sapat ba yung offer? Kakayanin ko ba yung upa? Makakapagpadala pa ba ako sa Pilipinas? I spent hours scrolling through forums, watching vlogs, and trying to find realistic budgets. Pero halos puro vague estimates lang on how you can live on this much pero walang breakdown. Sobrang stressful. Kaya pinangako ko sa sarili ko kapag naintindihan ko na ang sistema, i-share ko para mas mapadali para sa mga susunod na mga aspiring OFW teachers dito sa Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Itong video na to is part of that promise. Important disclaimer, be friends. Please, basahin nyo to mentally. This is a realistic single Filipino teacher budget baseline based on the real prices and real life here in Abu Dhabi in 2026. Hindi ito lahat ng teacher ganito. Ang gastos ninyo ay mag-iiba depending on following factors, katulad ng benefit package ng school ninyo, ng lifestyle ninyo, ng location kung saan kayo nakatira, at ng inyong family status. I'm not here to flex. I'm here to help you plan, okay? So, kumuha na kayo ng kape. Tara, let's talk numbers with honesty. Okay, now we're going to talk about something most vlogs skip. Before tayo mag-breakdown ng rent and groceries, you need to understand this. Hindi ang salary number ang importante. Ang package ang game changer. So just to share an experience, over the years, I've seen teachers with okay basic pay pero solid ang housing benefit. And teachers with higher basic pay pero lahat galing sa bulsa. Totally different financial life. Typical things na pwedeng kasama sa teacher package dito sa UAE, housing or housing allowance. Meaning to say, bibigay ng school ang pera, kayo na yung bahalang humanap ng bahay, or bibigyan kayo ng bahay ng school. Ganon din ang annual flight tickets. Kayo na ang bahalang maghanap ng booking agent or mag-book ng sarili nyong plane ticket, pero ibibigay ng school sa inyo on a specific date. Gamitin nyo man yun pa uwi ng Pilipinas o pang travel or pambili ng kung ano man, yan ay depende na sa inyo. At syempre, ang health insurance. Sometimes, pati ang transportation or education allowance for kids ay kasama din. May mga kilala ako na meron silang mga anak dito sa UAE, kasama nila, at ang school ay binibigyan sila ng 50% of para sa education ng kanilang mga anak. So, sa baseline budget na ito, i-assume natin ang common scenario for many OFW teachers. May health insurance, pero housing and daily transportation are on you. Kasi yan ang reality ng marami. And yan ang mas honest na planning baseline. Kung may free housing ka, congratulations. Malaki agad ang bawas sa listahan natin. Kung wala, stay with me. And this video is for you. One more thing, I will not put my personal salary or personal savings on screen. Why? Because your offer will not be my offer. And I don't want anyone to copy-paste one number and make a life decision out of it. Instead, I'll give you the expense truth plus a simple can I afford it framework at the end using market salary ranges. Fair enough? Okay, let's break it down. Number 1, housing. Tulad ng inaasahan ninyo, in most like big cities, housing is usually the single biggest monthly cost. Ito yung kakain ng malaking tipak ng budget mo. For a decent studio in a central but not prime area on Abu Dhabi Island, a realistic mid-range rent sits around 4,000 dirhams a month. That's the anchor number we'll use in this baseline. But listen carefully. Prices vary hard. So for example, ang bahay na pipiliin natin ay nasa Mohammed bin Zayed or sa Khalifa City, roughly around 3,000 per month. It's cheaper, but it's a longer commute. If you're going to find a housing in a mid-island, our baseline, mga 4,000 yan. Balance of cost plus access. And if sinuwerte ka or meron kang budget, you can do premium tulad ng mga Al Reem Island wherein 5,000 to 5,500 ang ating budget. Okay, so once your lifestyle levels up, of course, yung babayaran ninyo ay mas mahal din. An example for my case, dito lang ako sa Sharjah City. It's not a prime area, it's a suburb of Abu Dhabi. So basically, nasa 2,500 every month ang isang maliit na studio. About 400 square feet is common for a single studio. Hindi malaki, but for one person, workable. Many places are unfurnished, so factor first month setup tulad ng bed, washer, basic appliances as a one-time landing cost, not monthly. You can even go lower than that. Meron ding mga room sharing or partition, pero that can be found mostly within the city, not in the suburbs. Because in the suburbs, most typically, villa yan, studio, or one-bedroom apartment. Apps I recommend checking would be Bayut and Property Finder. Dito kayo mag-research ng matagal at huwag magmadali. Remember, ang bahay ninyo ang inyong safe haven or haven dito sa UAE. Heads up lang mga ka-B-Friends. Dito, landlords often ask for post-dated checks. Sometimes, 1, 2, or 4 payments covering the year. Meaning, you need a bank account and you need cash flow readiness upfront. Market is a little bit more flexible now. Some accepts 4 to 6 checks, sometimes monthly transfer. But always negotiate and always read the contract. Of course, wag ka rin mahiyang magtanong sa school mo if they can offer you support. Teacher tip, if your school is far from the island, huwag pilitin ang aesthetic address. Commute time is mental health. A slightly cheaper place near work can beat a pretty studio with a painful daily trip. Housing subtotal depends. 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000 depending on kung saan kayo titira. And like what I've shared here in my studio apartment, na 5-minute walk lang from my school, I pay around 2,500. Next naman nating pag-uusapan ang utilities. Kahit may housing ka from school, bills are often still yours. Clarify this in your contract always. So what goes here? Electricity plus water. Home internet plus your mobile plan. So electricity plus water averages about 450 a month. And for the cooler months, maybe 300. Kasi like for summer, here in the UAE, hindi naman pwedeng wala kang AC. But in the colder months, pwede mo na siyang i-off. Okay? So that's the reality living here in the UAE. So pag peak summer naman, May to September, around 550 to 600 dirhams for your electricity is quite normal. Be friends. 45 to 50 degrees outside is not a joke. AC is not luxury. AC is survival. And your bill will remind you every month. Pero, totoo yan. So, for our internet and mobile bundle, about 500 a month. Ang major players dito ay ang major internet providers, which would be Etisalat and Du. Pwede kang maghanap ng cheaper mobile-only plans but reliable home internet matters. Kasi kailangan mo mag-lesson plan sa bahay, mga online requirements. Minsan, pagka nagkakaroon ng mga tulad noong pandemic at noong nag-break out yung war ng Iran and Israel-US, ang mga lessons ay ginagawa through video call. So, you really need to have a stable internet connection. Plus, syempre, during your off days, kailangan mo rin namang mag-spend ng quality time calling your family back home in the Philippines. Yung quality call na yon, priceless yon. Okay, so our utilities now is around 950. Okay, so next is food. Ito yung category na pwedeng sumabog or lumiit depending on your habits. For a teacher who cooks most days, 5 to 6 days a week, a realistic grocery budget is as follows: 1,200 per month. That covers breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus cleaning supplies and toiletries. Where I and many kabayan shops, this would be Lulu, Carrefour, and Abu Dhabi Co-op. Good mix of price and options. May mga Filipino sections pa. Hindi ka mahihirapang maghanap ng mga Filipino favorites such as Dato Puti, Silver Swan, and other familiar brands. Though usually a bit more expensive than home. So, ballpark prices tayo para may picture kayo. 1 kg ng chicken fillet would be around 32 dirhams. A loaf of bread would be around 5 dirhams. A dozen of eggs, depende sa quality, may makikita ka from 10 to 20 dirhams. Now, dining out, of course, around 500 a month. Hindi ito luho lang ha. This is a mental health money. Of course, coffee with friends, quick food court meal around 30 to 40 dirhams, minsan 50. One nice dinner once in a while, 100 to 150 for one person mid-range. So before, naalala ko lang when we still used to have our every Friday gathering ng mga friends ko. So, syempre, every Friday, last day ng pasok, you usually go out and then sit back and relax, kwentuhan, maritesan. Syempre, kailangan ng kape at ng konting pagkain. And kailangan mo yung teach kasi you need to relax and recharge for the next week's battle. Kung i-deprive mo ang sarili mo every single week, mas madali ang burnout. And ang burnout is expensive in a different way. If you eat out almost daily, double check this line. Maraming teachers ang nagugulat na mas malaki pa ang food kesa sa rent kasi ang lifestyle nila is always eat outside. Food subtotal, 1,700 dirhams. Next up, transportation. Abu Dhabi is a car-designed city, spread out, so you need to plan. Again, in my previous videos, alam nyo na at sinabi ko na comparing to Dubai, Mas madali ang commute sa Dubai kaysa sa Abu Dhabi. Option A, own a car. So, pwede ka mag-loan and syempre may mga insurance yan, registration, gasolina, and maintenance. Many people land around 1,500 to 2,000 dirhams monthly. Convenient, yes. Automatic, best choice. Pero it depends pa rin sa distance and family needs. Like what I've shared, ako nga, naglalakad lang. Pero of course, in the near future, if given the chance, siyempre gusto rin natin ng kotse and matutong mag-drive. So option B na tayo. Public bus plus occasional kareem or taxi. For many single teachers, this works better than most people think because buses are air-conditioned, cleaned, and they cover a lot of the city. You can use a Hafilat card, you can tap in and tap out, and single journeys inside the city or the suburbs often cap around 5 dirhams. 1 year na ako sa UAE and I can say na ito ang aking main mode of transportation. Nagbabas lang papunta doon sa mall or sometimes taking taxi. But taking taxi, round trip can take you easily 100 dirhams. So baseline transport, if you have no car, additional 150 to 200 a month. So it includes daily school commute plus occasional taxi when it's late or you're carrying heavy grocery. Taxi reality, ang flag down sa sa Abu Dhabi is 5 dirhams. A short hop in the taxi can hit around 15 to 20 AED. There's also roughly a 95 dirham class of monthly unlimited style bus options depending on current fares. Always check the latest because these can change. So, pwede ka rin mag-opt na may mga kabayan na nag-o-offer ng ida-drive kayo papunta sa work, mag-convene kayo o magsasama-sama kayo ng mga co-teachers ninyo and ida-drop up kayo sa school and then susunduin din kayo. So, find which one works for you. For teacher tip, before you buy a car in 1 year, try to commute for real for 30 to 60 days and many people buy too fast then realize the car owns their savings. So again, total transport without car, 150 to 200 dirhams. Ang next topic natin would be personal care and shopping, around 500 a month. Katulad ng haircut, toiletries, upgrade ng work clothes, skincare, and random needs. Ang paggupit ay napaka-wild. So, around 400 sa 40 dirham sa isang simple salon or 200 dirham sa isang high-end salon. So, find your spots. So, di ba sa atin sa Pilipinas, ang paggupit nasa mga, magkano lang ba? Sa mga barberya, nasa 100 pesos. Pero dito, medyo mahal. So, it's not fixed every month. Some months are low. Some months you need new work shoes. So, i-average nyo yan. So, for leisure or entertainment, panonood ng movies o kung ano man, meron naman din tayong mga free spots na pwede mong puntahan. Pero, let's say for example, manonood ka ng sine, easily 50 dirhams yan. Kung magpupunta ka lang naman sa mga beach o sa mga grand mosque, beautiful options yan and libre naman yan. So, ang paid examples ng karamihan ng tinatanong sa akin dito ay, halimbawa, mga Lurb Abu Dhabi tickets, mga desert safari, often mga 70 dirhams, 150 dirhams to 200 dirhams. Ito hobby friends, you don't need to do paid things every week. But zero joy every month is not a sustainable plan. Hindi naman pwedeng hindi ka talaga gagastos. Another point in this is yung padala mo o yung mga other things pa. 750 a month. For many OFWs, this line is emotional, not just financial. And I know. Kasi 20 years na rin naman akong OFW and monthly ang padala. In this baseline, about 500 intended for support, padala, or planning. And this is not the reality ha, kasi ako siguro personally nasa 1,800 ang padala ko sa support sa family. About 250 for fund. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga fund na yan? Halimbawa, visa-related fees, mga pag nagkasakit ka, pag kailangan mong mag-pay ng co-payment, kasi even may health or medical benefits ka or insurance, you still need to pay half or 30%, 20% of the fee. Siyempre naman, may mga kaibigan kayong nag-birthday, kailangan nyo mag-meet up, yung halimbawa, appliances suddenly nasira, or may mga document na kailangang ipa-xerox or ipasa. So, if your budget only for perfect months, one surprise can wreck your peace. So, ang total nito, around 1,700 dirhams. Okay, let's recap. Let's do the math together. So, for your housing or your studio, nasa 3,000. For your utilities, 950. Food, tulad ng groceries and dining out, 1,700. For transportation, walang car, 150. Minus pa kung maglalakad ka na lang papunta sa school mo. Personal leisure or remittance, nasa 1,650. Total average expenses, nasa 7,450. So the honest headline is this: around 7,450 a month for a single Filipino OFW teacher sa Abu Dhabi. This is realistic. If you self-pay a mid-range studio, cook most days, use public transportation, send support home, and keep a small buffer. Not luxury, not suffering, livable with discipline. Why this number is not, and emphasis on the word not, a family budget. It is not a eat out every night budget. It is not a car plus premium island lifestyle budget. It is not your exact future. Your contract benefits can move this a lot. Okay? Now, reality check between single versus family. Bago tayo magtapos, kailangan kong magdagdag ng napakahalagang reality check. This baseline works best for single living. Katulad ko, if you have a family, the picture changes completely, even drastically. For a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, non-rent living costs alone can sit around 12,000 a month as a rough planning zone. And that still depends heavily on the lifestyle. Then add rent for a larger place, say a 2-bedroom around 6,000 to 8,000 monthly. And you're looking at something near 20,000. Wala pang schooling dyan. Wala pa yung pagpapaaral ng mga anak mo. Even mid-range schools can run roughly around 25,000 to 5,000 dirhams per child per year. So for 2 kids, that's another major monthly equivalent of 4,000 to 8,000 a month when you spread it out. So for a comfortable family of 4, a month can climb towards 25,000 to 35,000, and that's the hard truth. Pero ang package naman sa ibang teachers, tulad ng nasambit ko kanina, may ibang school na nagbibigay ng discount pag meron kang anak, pag employed ka sa school na yon. So a package that looks okay for a single teacher can be impossible for a family unless housing and schooling support are strong. If you're applying with dependents in mind, don't only ask magkano ang sweldo. Ask, ano ang exact housing and education support written in the contract? And please hear this, especially if this is your first teaching job abroad. Once again, don't focus on the salary only. Consider professional development, school reputation, staff support, contract clarity, and whether the package protects your biggest cost. When I first came here, information wasn't as accessible as it is today. Ngayon, you have videos like this. Use them before you sign, not after you've panicked. So ano na ang final verdict sa cost of living sa Abu Dhabi for a Filipino teacher in 2026? Based on real life here, you can live well and build toward your goals if the offer is decent and your budget is intentional. My biggest advice, be honest about your lifestyle before you sign. List your non-negotiables like padala, alone time, car, mag-gym ka ba, or titira ka ba sa isang own studio. Avoid lifestyle inflation in 1 year. Track expenses like a hawk for the first 90 days. Prioritize peace over performing a successful OFW image online. Life here can be safe, multicultural, and a strong base for growth and travel. You can thrive here, not only survive. But thriving is a system, not only a vibes-only decision. Okay? Sana nakatulong itong detailed breakdown, be friends. Maraming numero, pero I'd rather give you clarity than comfort-only content. Now, I want to hear your side. For OFWs already in the UAE, kamukha ba ito ng budget ninyo? Aling category ang mas mataas or mas mababa sa inyo? Drop your true tips below. For aspiring teachers, ano ang pinaka-nakakagulat na part? What question did I not answer yet? Comment nyo na yan sa ibaba. And if if enough of you ask the same thing, I'll make another video for it. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Mr. Brian's vlogs and share this with a fellow teacher who's researching Abu Dhabi right now. That share might save someone from signing blind. Next up on the channel, we're walking through how to become a teacher in the UAE, requirements, documents, and the application process, step by step. So if that's your reason, stay close. This is Mr. Brian from Mr. Brian's Vlogs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.